Let's start the today's class. In the previous class, we have learned about the MODI method. Okay, that was related to your transportation problem. And today's we will solve the assignment problem using Hungarian method. So first we will see that what is assignment problem and what are the steps involved in Hungarian method. And we will discuss all the steps taking an example. So everything will be clearly. So after completing the assignment problem, your third unit will be complete. Okay. So let's first understand what is the assignment problem. Okay. So the assignment problem can define as follows. Given n facilities and jobs and the effectiveness of each facility to each job. Okay, it means there are number of jobs are n and number of persons are n. Okay, and you have to assign the each job to every person. Okay, you have to assign the each job to every person. Now here the problem is to assign each facility to one and only one job so that the measure of effectiveness is if optimized. Means when you will assign the job to the persons, so you have to optimize the solution. Means you have to obtain the solution as if you are finding cost, then you have to minimize, and if you are finding profits, so you have to minimize. So means after assigning the job to the persons, you have to measure the effectiveness. Okay, here the optimization means maximize or minimize, that I told you. There are many management problems has a assignment problem structure. For example, the head of the department may have 6 people. Suppose that you are a manager and you have a 6 people available for assignment and 6 job to fill. You have 6 activities in which you have to involve 6% and also you have 6% for those activities. Here, the head may like to know which job should be assigned to which person so that all tasks can be accomplished in the shortest time possible. Means, so the manager will try to assign the job according to the efficiency of the persons. So that's why he can optimize his effectiveness or result. Okay. So what will be the structure of assignment problem? This is the structure of assignment problem. Means there are two things. Okay, jobs and operator. There is two things: jobs and operator. It could be also possible in the some questions you have jobs and salesmen, machines and jobs. So these are the two variables: job and operator. Here two variables will be occurred. Okay, now and the number of row and column should be equal, and the number of row and columns should be equal. So let us see here how many columns are there: 1 2 3 up to n. Okay, here the number of column are n, and how many number of rows here? So let us see here the number of rows are also n. 1 2 3 dot 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 up to I up to n. So this is your balanced assignment problem. And also to solve a assignment problem, your table should be balanced. Means you should have number of row equal to number of column. Okay, if there is any unbalanced assignment problem, so you have to make that assignment problem by adding dummy row or dummy column to convert balanced assignment problem. Okay, so let us see next. The solution of the assignment problem is based on the following results. And what are the results? if a constant is added to every element of row or column of the cost matrix of an assignment problem, the resulting assignment problem has the same optimum solution. Means, if suppose that this is your assignment problem and you are either adding or subtracting any constant in the row or column. Suppose that you have subtracted constant k in the second column. So T12 minus k, T22 minus k, T23, T32 minus k, T42 minus k. Similarly, so the solution that you will find by subtracting this constant k will be also optimal as the original assignment problem has. Okay, as the original problem has the optimal solution after adding or subtracting any constant in any row or column, so the obtained solution will be also optimal. Okay, if in an assignment problem cost element that is Tij. So here these are your cost. They said T11, T12 dot 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 up to T1j and up to T1n for the first row. And similarly for the first column, T11, T21, T31, T41 dot dot up to Tn1. Okay. So these are the cost or sometimes time also. Okay. So these are the your cost. Okay. So some cost element Tij are negative. If there are any negative cost elements, so we may have to convert them into an equivalent assignment. If there is any negative value, so we have to convert it into equivalent value. How? Means we will add or we will add that equal value to convert it into 0. Okay. So let us see, where all the cost elements are non-negative, by adding a suitable large constant to the cost element of the relevant row or column, and then we look for a feasible solution which has zero assignment cost after adding suitable constant to the cost elements of the various rows and columns. Means if you have any negative value in this table or in the any cell, so you have to add a constant to make that cell cost value equal to 0, and then you will solve. Okay, so since it has been assumed that all the cost elements are non-negative, since it has been assumed that all the cost elements are non-negative, so this assignment must be optimum. On the basis of this principle, a computational technique known as Hungarian method. Okay, to solve the assignment problem, we have Hungarian method. Okay, so what are the steps involved in the Hungarian method? Let us discuss next. Okay, the Hungarian method is discussed in the form of a series of computational steps. Means there are some steps to solve the assignment problem. Okay, so what is the first step? The first step is, from the given problem, find out the cost table. Find out the cost table. Note that if the number of origins is not equal to the number of destination, then a dummy origin or destination must be added. Okay, let us see. First example, first step we will apply in a numerical problem. So what we have? We have this problem. Okay, first of all, we have to understand this problem. There are four destinations: 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and there are four origins or sources: A, B, C, and D. Okay, so how many columns are there? 4, and number of rows are 4, also 4. Okay, so it means number of rows are equal to number of columns. So this is our balanced assignment problem. Okay, now what our first step says? Our first step says, if the number of origins is not equal to the number of destination, then a dummy origin or destination must be added. So let us see what will be the our unbalanced assignment problem. Suppose that you have an extra origin, that is E, okay, and the cost incurred, this is your E, okay, and we will also assign the cost to this origin. So what are the costs? I am writing down here the costs assigned to E, okay. So these are the costs, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, these columns are your uh, destination, and A, B, C, D, E. These 5 are your origin, okay, and these are your per unit costs, okay. These are your cost involved to assign a job. These are the costs that are involved to assign a particular job to a particular person. So now what we will see here, there are now 5 origins. There are 5 origins. And how many destinations are there now? There are 4 destinations. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the origins are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now it means this is our unbalanced assignment problem. This is our unbalanced assignment problem. So what we will do? We will make this unbalanced assignment problem into balanced assignment problem. Okay. So how we will make this? We will add a dummy column, because there are 5 rows and there are 4 columns. So means we have one column less than the R rows. Okay. So we will add a dummy column here, J5, okay. So let us add a J5, and we will assign the cost to this column 0 to all the yes, okay. We have assigned 0 values to this column, okay. So now let us see. This is our now balanced assignment problem. Okay. Now we have 5 rows and 5 columns. Now let us solve here now. So what is our next step? The next step says, in each row of the table, find out the smallest cost element. Now means we have to find the smallest cost element in each row, and this smallest cost element from each element in the, and subtract this smallest cost element from each element in that row. Means first of all you have to select the smallest cost in each row, and after that you have to subtract that smallest cost in the each element of the row. So let us see in the example. Here your the smallest value in row first, that is 0, in the second also 0, in the third also 0, in the fourth also 0, in the fifth also 0. So these are your smallest value, means the smallest value in the row first, that is this. So what is the smallest value? That is 0, okay. And in the second row is also the smallest value 0. So similarly, since all the rows have value 0, so when we will subtract, now we have to subtract this smallest value. Now we have to subtract this smallest value in the all elements of row, means we will subtract 0, 9 minus 0, 14 minus 0, 19 minus 0, and 15 minus 0, and 0 minus 0. Okay. Similarly, in the second row, 7 minus 0, 17 minus 0, 20 minus 0, 19 minus 0, and 0 minus 0. So what will be our table become? Our table become like this. This is our table after subtracting the smallest element of the each row in the each row element. Okay, so this is our first reduced table. This is our first reduced cost table. Now what will we have to do? Now again, the activity that we have done in the row wise, now we have to again done this activity column wise. Now we have to this activity column wise. Similarly, we will select the minimum value in the column also. So let us see what is the minimum value in the second column, that is 7, and in the second column, that is 12, in the third column, that is 18, in the fourth column, that is 15. Okay, and in the fifth column, that is 0. So we will again reduce this smallest value in every element of the column. We will reduce this smallest cost in each element of the column. So let us see. 9 minus 7, 2. 7 minus 7, 0. 9 minus 7, 2. 10 minus 7, 3. 10 minus 7, 3. Similarly here, 14 minus 12, 2. 17 minus 12, 5. 18 minus 12, 6. 12 minus 12, 0. 15 minus 12, 3. Okay. So I am writing down here. Let us, we will write here this value. So I am writing the 9 minus 7, that is 2. 7 minus 7, 0. 9 minus 7, 2. 10 minus 7, 3. 10 minus 7, 3. Okay. Similarly, in the second, 14 minus 12, 2. 17 minus 12, 5. 18 minus 12, 6. 12 minus 12, 0. 15 minus 12, 3. In the third column, 18 is the minimum. So 19 minus 18, 1. 20 minus 18, 2. Who is coming now? Yeah, okay. Again, in the third, 21 minus 18, 3. 18 minus 18, 0. And 21 minus 18, 3. In the fourth column, 15 minus 15, 0. 19 minus 15, 4. 18 minus 15, 3. 19 minus 15, 4. And 16 minus 15, 1. And in the fifth column, every element will become 0 because there are only zeros. So 0, 0, 0, 0, and 0. Okay. Now, what you have to do? Now you have to go to the next step. And what next step says? Let us see. In each column of the table, find out the smallest cost element. Subtract this smallest cost element from each element in that column. As a result of this, each row and column has a at least one zero element. This new table is known as second reduced cost table. So what we have done? We have done this third step. Okay. So this is our first reduced cost table. Okay, and this is your second reduced cost table. Now what you have to do? Now you have at least one zero in each row now. Okay, now you have at least one zero in each row and column now. So now go to the next step. Now determine an assignment as follows. Now you have to make an assignment. How? For each row or column with a single zero element cell that has not been assigned or eliminated, box that zero element as an assigned cell. Okay, so what we have to do? first of all, we have to assign each row and column which have single zero, and we will cross all the zero if any row has 1 0. So on that particular zero in which column that zero occur, we will cross all the zero of that column. So let us see how. Here, let us see the first row how many zero has. One, 2. There are 2 0, but we have to need only single zero, so we will skip this row. Okay, now and go to the in go to the in second row. Okay, let us see in the second row how many zeros are there. 1 2, there are also 2 0, so we will skip this. In the third row there is only single zero, so what we will do, we will mark or assign this, we will make a box on that zero. Okay, so I have marked this. Now what I have to do, I will cross all the zeros to corresponding column. Okay, so what we have to do, I will cross all the zeros just like this. Okay, this. Okay, I have crossed this zero, and also I will cross this zero. Okay, also I will cross this zero, and also I will cross this zero. So since row 3 has single zero, okay, row 3 has single zero, so we have assigned that zero, but on that particular column if there are any zeros, so we will cross off all those zeros. Okay, in this row there was only single zero, but this column has some zero, so we will cross off all these zeros. Okay, now go to the again row 4, there is 2 zeros in the row 4, so we will also skip there. Now in the row 5 there is no any zero, there is no any zero. Now let us see same process column wise. Now we will see the same process column wise. So let us see in the first column, is there any single zero? Yes, there is a single zero, so we will mark this. Okay, I have marked this. Now, if there, we have assigned this zero, so either any zero in this row, yes, there was a zero, but that has already crossed off. Okay. Now, if there would be any more zero, then we will cross off also those zeros. Okay. So there was only 1 0 that has been already crossed off. Okay. Now, in the second column, yes, there is only single zero. So we will mark this. I have marked this. Now let us see corresponding the second column in which that we mark the zero. Is there any zero in particular corresponding row? Yes, there is a zero. So what we will do, we will cross off this zero. So let us see, we have crossed off. Okay, we have crossed off this. Now let us see again in the third column. Is there any zero? No, there is no any zero because there was 1 0 that has been crossed off. Now, let us see in the fourth column. Yes, there is a 1 0. So what we will do? We will assign this zero. Okay, we will assign this zero. So let us mark. Let us mark here. And again, let us check either any zero in the corresponding row. There is no zero, there was 1 0 that has been crossed off. Okay, so now you have completed this step. Now you have completed this step. Let us see in the your problem. This was your table. The number of rows and number of columns were 4 equal. You have added this dummy column, sorry, and you have subtract this. Let us see here. Okay, now this is column wise. Now you have to make assignment. So look at first row wise cell. When we were looking the row wise, so CJ5 is assigned. So column wise AJ5, BJ5, DJ5 and EJ5 crossed off. Let us check here. When we have assigned CJ5 this, so we have crossed off AJ5, BJ5, DJ5 and EJ5. Okay. Again, next, column wise cell B1 is assigned. Column wise B1 is assigned. So this one is your column B1 which have been assigned. Okay. Now similarly column wise cell D2 is assigned. So row wise cell D3 crossed off. Let us see here. Column wise D2 this has been assigned. So column row wise D3 has been crossed off. Okay. And what is next? The next is column wise A4 is assigned. So let us see column wise this is your A4 is assigned now. Okay. So now you have completed these steps. Now go to ahead. Now what you have to do? These are your row wise and column wise assignments shown in this table. These are your row wise and column wise assignment that are shown in the table. Now cover the zero with minimum number of lines. Now you have to cover all the zero. These are zero. This, all zeros you have to cover by drawing minimum number of lines. So what pattern you will follow to draw the minimum number of lines? You have to follow this pattern. How? Mark row E. Mark row E since it has no assignment. Means you have to mark that row which don't have any assignment. So let us see. In the row E, there is no any assignment. In the row E, there is no any assignment. Okay. Since row E don't have any assignment, so we will mark this. Let us see. I have marked this. Okay. Now again mark column J5 since row E has 0 in this column. Now we have to mark those columns according to the row which don't have assignment, that have 0. So we mark E because this row don't have any assignment, but this has 0. This row has 0. So we will mark the corresponding column. So in which column this 0 occur? That is J5. So I have marked this J5. I have marked this line. That here the this mark. Okay, because it has 0 here. This was the 0, so I have marked J5. Okay, now again let us see, is there any assignment in the corresponding column? Let us see in the next step. Now mark row C since column J5 has an assignment in this row. We have to mark row C since column J5 has an assignment in this row. Okay, so let us see. We have marked row C. Okay, because this has an assignment, that is this. Okay, since J5 has assignment on the row C, so we will mark the row C. Again, since no other rows or column can be marked, therefore draw straight lines through the unmarked rows A, B and D and marked column J5. Now there are no any row or column which can be marked. Okay, so what we will do? We will draw a straight line. We will draw a straight line from unmarked rows. We will draw straight lines from unmarked rows. So how many unmarked rows are there? A, B and D. Okay, there is 3 unmarked rows. Okay, so we have drawn 3 lines now, and we will also draw a line from marked column. So how many columns are marked here? Only J5. So we have draw a line from J5. So let us see now. All the zeros are covered now. Yes, let us see. All the zeros are covered now. So I have also done this here. Let us see. I have marked C here. I have marked E here. I have marked column J5 here. So I have drawn 3 lines from the unmarked rows, that was A, B, and D, and from the marked column, that was J5. Okay. So this is your assignment. Now, what you have to do now? Let us see how many assignments are there. Let us see how many assignments are there. So check. There is 4 assignments in the first row and fourth column. There is an assignment in the first row and fourth column, and the second assignment is in the first column, second row, that is B1, and the third assignment is in fifth column, third row, and the last assignment is in your second column and fourth row. Okay, and the fifth row don't have any assignments. So there are 4 assignments, but to get the optimal solution we should have 5 assignments. Means our assignment should be equal to the number of rows and column. Okay, so there are 5 number of rows and 5 number of column. So what we will do to find the optimal solution? What we will do? Again, develop the new revised table by selecting the smallest element among the cells not covered by any line. Say k equal to 1 here, and subtract k equal to 1 from every element in the cell not covered by a line, and add k equal to 1 to every element in the intersection cell of 2 lines. So what we have to done? Let us see. Now we have to find the smallest cost from not covered costs. So how many costs are not covered? This 2, 6, 3, 3 in the third row, and in the fifth row 3, 3, 3, and 1. So among all these costs, we have to select the minimum cost. So which one is minimum? That is 1. So we will select this 1. Again, what we will do? So we will subtract this 1 from all the uncovered costs. Means we will subtract this 1 from 2, 6, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, and 1. And we will add this 1 in the intersection of the 2 lines. Means here in the first row and fifth column, second row in the fifth column, and fourth row in the fifth column. So we will add this quantity in the intersection of 2 lines. Okay, so let us see. After subtracting and adding, which what will become this? Let us see here. 2, 2, 2, 0, 1. This was the our covered line. So here all the lines, all the element will be same, and the second line was also covered. The second line was also covered. So all the elements in this column also same. But let us see here in the your first row J5, there is intersection. So we will add 1 in this cell. Also we will add this 1 in the BJ5. Okay, so let us see here. There was previously 0, but now here is 1 now. Okay, and in the third row, let us see in the third row 2. So 2 minus 1, 1, 6 minus 1, 5, 3 minus 1, 2, 3 minus 1, 2. So let us see here 1, 5, 2, 2. Similarly in the fourth row, let us see in the fourth row. So your fourth row was covered. So there is no change. But here there is an intersection of two lines. So you will add this one in the dj5. Let us see 0 plus 1 here. This is 1. Okay. Now go to the row 5. So row 5 was your 3, 3, 3, 1. And you have to subtract the value 1 in this row element. Okay. So 3 minus 1, 2, 3 minus 1, 2, 3 minus 1, 2, and 1 minus 1, 0. So let us see 2, 2, 2, 0, 0. Okay. Now repeat step 3 to 6 until an optimal solution is obtained. Means now you have to again repeat step 3 to 6. And what was your step 3? Your step 3 was making assignments. Making assignments. Okay. So you will make row wide cell A4. Row wide cell A4 is assigned. So column wise cell E4 crossed off. Okay. So let us see here. A4 is assigned. This is assignment. So we will cross off the E4. We will cross off this. Okay. Again. Now row wide cell B1 is assigned. Row wide cell B1 is assigned. So let us see here. You have assigned B1. Okay. Now next, row wide cell CJ5 is assigned. Row wide CJ5 is assigned. So column wise cell EJ5 crossed off. So let us see here. CJ5, you have assigned this CJ5. So you will cross off this EJ5. You will cross off this EJ5. Okay. Again, column wide cell D2 is assigned. So row wide cell D3 is crossed off. So let us see. Here you have assigned D2. So you will cross off D3. Okay. So next, now there is no any assignment. Now there is no any assignments. Okay. So what is next? Now you will again draw a line. Now you have to again draw the lines to covering all the zeros. Okay. So let us see. Since row E don't have any assignment. Okay. Since row E don't have any assignment, so we will mark row E. So let us see. I have marked here. Okay. Now, does this row E has any zero? Yes. This row E has two zeros from fourth column and fifth column. Since row E has two zeros in the fourth and fifth column, so I have marked these two rows, fourth and fifth column. Again, does these columns have any assignment? Yes. The column fourth have assignment in first row. So we will mark in first row. So let us see here. I have marked row first, and column J5 have assignment in C. So I have marked in row C. Okay. So now what we have to do? We will draw the line from unmarked rows. We will draw lines from unmarked rows and marked columns. So there is two marked columns, that is fourth and five. So we have drawn two lines from fourth and five. And there is two unmarked rows. So we will draw two lines from rows, that is B and D. Now, again, how many assignments are there? That is only four assignments. First one is A4, second one is B1, third one is C5, and fourth is D2. So we have still four assignments, but to get the optimality, we have to find five assignments, because we have 5 rows and columns. So what we will do? We will again repeat the process by finding the minimum. Means smallest element in the uncovering cost. We will find smallest element in the uncovered cost. So let us see what are the uncovered costs. 2, 2 and 1. Yes, 2, 2, 1 and 1, 5, 2 and 2, 2, 2. So which one is the smallest cost? That is 1. So this one will be subtracted from all the uncovered cost, and we will add this one to the intersections of the two lines. Okay. So after getting this, what will be become this? The table become like this. Okay. The table will become like this. Now, again, we have to follow the step 3 to 5 means assignments. So let us see. We will make assignment. Make assignment in the opportunity cost table row wise. So cell B1 is assigned. Row wise, cell B1 is assigned. So column wide, cell C1 crossed off. B1 we will assign. So let us see. I have assigned here B1. So we will cross off column wise, that is this C1, because let us see this row B has only single zero. So we will assign this, but we will cross all the zeros that have column B. Okay. Now similarly in the next, see, row wide cell CJ5 is assigned. So column wise cell EJ5 crossed off. So let us see CJ5. CJ5, this will be assigned. So we will cross off EJ5. Means we have crossed off this. Okay. Again, let us see row wide. Cell E4 is assigned. So column wide cell A4 is crossed off. So let us see E4 is assigned. So here E4 is assigned. So A4 will be crossed out. Where is A4? This. So we will cross off. Okay. Again, column wise D2 is assigned. So row wise D3 is crossed off. So let us see. D2 is assigned this. So we will cross off D3 0. Again, column wise cell A3 is assigned. So column wise cell E3 is assigned this. Okay. Now let us check how many assignments are there. Okay. So let us see how many assignments are there. There is now 5 assignments. First one is A3. Second one is B1. Third one is C5. Fourth one is D2. And fifth is E4. So since now you have equal assignment according to your table, you have 5 assignments. Okay. So what you will do now, since the number of assignments are equal to number of rows or number of columns, so this is your optimal solution. Means now you have reached optimal solution. So what was the original cost? What was the original cost? That was in your table. So the job 3 will be done by person A. Okay. Job 1 will be done by person B. And job J5 will be done by person C. Job 2 will be done by person D. And job 4 will be done by person E. So what are the costs associated with this table? Let us see in the previous piece. These are the our cost table. Let us see here the cost for A3. Cost for A3, that is 19. Okay. And cost for B1. Cost for B1, that is 7. Cost for CJ5, 0. Cost for CJ5, 0. Cost for D2, cost for D2, that is 12, and cost for E4, cost for E4, that is 16. So you will add all these values, so you will get the total cost, that is 54. Now this is your optimal solution. So this type you will solve the assignment problem. But if you have balanced problem already, so you don't need to balance the problem. But if you have unbalanced problem, so you will first balance the problem and then solve by this Hungarian method. Okay. If someone has any query, so please ask. And write down everybody your name in the chat section. Everybody write down your name in the chat section for your attendance.